Wait a minute.
Hey, good late evening, YouTube family. So, I'm bringing y'all my top favorite show, Heart and Hustle, Season 1, Episode 7, The End of an Era. So it starts with Latoya, and she is celebrating being in the PR business for Lemon Light Media. And she has 9 employees now, y'all. But she didn't invite all of them, but she invites her closest employees or her closest, friends or what have you, people that's been working with her for a while. She invites Tabitha, the her design specialist, and Ty, one of her close friends and her coordinator, and Shaka is another close friend who is her marketing guru. And then Miss Chloe is the event planner. And she's gonna be putting everything together like how it's supposed to be. Going from this part, and then going from that part. Everything's supposed to work out all good and fine. So yeah, girl, she got it together. You got it together, girl. I was so happy, and I just really enjoyed this episode. And she says that she has a week to plan. She got a week to plan now. Y'all follow me. She got a week to plan. And I just know she probably has known about it much longer. A week, much longer. And the way she pulled up in that space, that event space, because I just believe she just needed something to talk about for her scene or the scene, which is okay if that's the case. And then it's like you don't plan a week out that quick. But I digress now. They are touring the space and it looks great. The floor can be made into, to any event possible. Like the floor, it can have lights on the ground. It can be like different lights on the ground based off the theme that she's wanting a Vegas theme. So she want all in up, all in this, all in that. So it's gonna turn out cute. I just know it because Chloe is on the job. Okay. And then Chloe know how to plan, and it can, change colors on the floor. And then the monitor that was playing, it was like Las Vegas theme. And then like on the wall, it was just Vegas stuff, Vegas this, Vegas that, Vegas this, Vegas that. And it was giving a Vegas thing to me. I would have wanted to be there. He had a little blackjack and all that stuff. I would have wanted to be there. And she admits that she is a better position and place with her son. This was Chloe when she was talking to Latoya. And she said she's in a better place with her son, and Chloe lets Latoya know about how she thought that parenting stopped at 18 years old. And I'm like, girl, no, it don't. I wish it stopped at 18, but it don't. And I ain't even got an 18-year-old yet. But she said she thought it stopped at 18. I said, it's okay, Chloe, because you was a young mother, young parent. I understand. But no, dear, it don't stop at 18. They're going to need you at 18 and all the way beyond 18. I'm 35 and I still be needing my mama for stuff. Yeah, you never stop parenting. And then she asked Latoya, does she know anyone in the music industry? And she wants and may help her guide him as far. So Latoya said that she will help so much. And she said that she'll just put in and see what she can, see what she can come up with. Okay? And she said that she wants and may help. Like I said, she'll help her. She will help her. That's her girl. So we go to the next scene. And it goes to Labrina and her husband, William. And they are sitting outside relaxing in their beautiful, 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 beautiful backyard. I'm looking the lake and then looking at all the animals, all the horses and everything. They was just really just talking about, just how they gonna plan this and how this gonna go. Just having husband and wife talk, which I understand. And they was just handling some business outside, and then they was just having a good little conversation too. They got a good relationship, I can tell. And then her son, which they call her son Pop, and her son, and then they come to join them outside, and they both embrace him when he said that he is not wanting to be a burden on them. So he just Labrina, she starts talking to her son, and she was just talking to him about what's going on and does he need help and how is it, him staying with his father, and does he feel at ease staying with his father? She was just trying to get, the rundown and just start a conversation with him. Because, like I said, she just went to check in on her son. And then that's when he says that he just never wanted to be a burden on them. He never wanted to be a burden on them. He never wanted to ask them for anything. And I'm like, that just was so out the blue. What made him think that he was a burden is what I would like to know. They didn't really dive into it, but I definitely would like to know what made him think, that he was a burden. And then that's when William then tells Pop that he never looked at him as a stepson. And he also said that he always supported him. And he always embraced him. He always, supported him, and anything that he asked him for, then he could help him. What I'm getting is Pop just didn't want to ask neither one, Labrina or his mama or his stepdad, William, because he know his grades was slipping. And he just figured that maybe he should just go and stay with his father and stuff like that. And I said, okay, but I mean, I don't know. I can't get in the mind of most kids, young kids these days. And then it gets to the confessional that Labrina is saying that it is a blessing because not all men will come in as a father figure for any woman that they're dating, and just come in as a father figure. And I said, I see what she's saying. I really, really do see what she's saying, because all men are not built like that. All men don't have that mental capacity to do that. I'm just being honest. All men don't. Because, some men, they'll say that they'll come in and then they'll support and then they'll be this and then they'll be that. And then all of them don't do it. All of them do not do it, y'all. And it's just like a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, because a lot of men just don't even, and it's not like they don't do it because they don't want to. They just don't have the mental capacity to step in and be a father figure for any child, whether it's a girl or whether it's a boy. They just don't, all men don't have the mental capacity. And that's all it is to it. They just do not. And try to see if they still got the mental capacity, because most men do not have the mental capacity to do anything. They still, because it's a thing of, everybody knows that men and boys, they mature much slower than women and girls. Girls, teenagers, young adults, young women, and adult women. I mean, everybody know that men, they be stunted. They be stunted in their growth. They are stunted in their growth. For real, for real, for real. So, just saying that. So, she was right about that. Labrina was right about that. And then we get to Latoya meeting with Chloe and Ro. And she lets them know that the blind date, that was a blind date that did not work. and that did not work, and that Labrina set her up set her up on the fact that, so Labrina set her up. And I mean, she didn't know. She just wanted to help. I know for a fact Labrina just wanted to help her. And she just wanted to help her, you know, date and just get back out there and all that. And she said that, I mean, Latoya said that he ain't her type. Because she said he is an older man. And I guess it didn't help the fact, but episode before this, when he was telling her on that blind date that pretty much he don't want kids. And then he asked her, how old is she? she wouldn't say it at first. I'm going back briefly to the other episode. She wouldn't say it at first. And then when she said 35, I could have fell out the bed. I said, girl, you're that young. You look like you older than me. I'm 35. Anyway, I digress, okay? But, hey. And she said the fact that he is an older man and does not want children. And he was trying to son her talking about some, she 35. She 35. And pretty much that she better get to going. She better get to going without him saying she better get to going. I'm like, sir, all you have to do is say it. Because, I mean, she pretty much just already said that. Just in a nice roundabout way. And then she said that it just wasn't, it just wasn't her cup of tea, you know. But she appreciated Labrina, but he wasn't her cup of tea. And then I forgot to tell y'all, he done told her in the blind date, he told her, he said, well, you better get to going. Was, I'm like, sir, and I talked about that blind date in the last episode, the review that I did. I was trying to get that man some grace, but he was kind of like sunning her out. And then they went back and they did the review, they did the recap, and I said, he sure did. He sure said everything. He did. And then that's when they asked Ro, does she, you know, hold on. Yeah, Chloe didn't say nothing. But that's when I asked Ro, Ro does say that she finally was able to leave Victory, her ex-boyfriend. That after several conversations, nothing changed. And I'm like, that's what you gotta do, girl. You gotta, if you're gonna talk, if you're gonna have a conversation with a guy or your partner, whoever, what have you, you gotta make sure that you get a few conversations in there, and then that's how you try to, you know, determine if it's gonna go somewhere, if it's not gonna go nowhere. She all but said that they had several conversations, and it still didn't, you know, go anywhere. Nothing changed, and it didn't go nowhere. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it didn't, because that's how they be, girl. I told you, they stunted in their growth. A lot of them are. They really are. And, you know, that's another video for another time. I ain't gonna get into all that. But she did say that, however, she is grateful that she had the support from her friends and that the ladies really embraced her. And, you know, and that's it. They some good friends. They a good set of friends. And when I tell you a good set of friends, a great set of friends, because they all can, you know, catfight and just go. They can do that a few minutes or whatever, and then they can be cool. I said that's what happens when you're some grown, mature women. That's how you handle situations. You talk about it, whether it's a relationship or not. You talk about it. And once you talk about it, and if you don't see nothing change, it's okay to move to the right. Or if you in the middle, if you want to move to the left, you can move to the left. Or you can move to the right, whichever way you want to move, but just not in front of him. Not no more, okay? And we're going to go ahead and get to the final scene, okay? And this is Latoya, and she is having her Sweet 16 event. And she had several friends to come out. And Elena did her face. She did her face up. She beat the hell out her face. Her face was so pretty. Her makeup was flawless. And she looked so beautiful, pretty. And then she is excited for the moment. And Elena said that, well, let me just tell y'all, she had 2 outfit changes. Her first outfit that she had, it was a silver dress, flawless. When she did her makeup, that was her silver dress. I said, oh, flawless, girl, you look so pretty. And then she said that she is excited for the moment because by this time that she had went and changed, did a second outfit change, okay? And it was a jumpsuit. I liked it. But I would have preferred the dress, but it was still pretty though. And she said that she is excited for the moment. And Elena said that she worked so hard for it and to go ahead and enjoy it. And it was so much going on. Those various friends, various of the ladies arrived. No dress code. Everyone looked so beautiful. And then everybody, it was poker chips. And then it was just like a Vegas thing, for real, y'all. Poker chips and everything. And then a card table and everything. I said, oh, okay. And so when she came back out in her catsuit now, y'all, they did have some entertainment now. Y'all ready for me to tell you the entertainment? Before I tell you this, I gotta tell you what Latoya did. So Latoya, she arrives in a car that was so exotic and it was just over the top. And then she had a grill. She had a grill in her mouth. I said, all right. And then by that time, she had changed them clothes to that catsuit. Okay. And when she came back out there, then she had a speech. And she was just telling everybody that she was grateful that everybody came. And she had the best time. And this was the best event. And then, you know, she comes out and she talks while she's getting emotional. And she tells everyone that, you know, her dad, he was always, you know, telling her to go out and do what you want to do and live for yourself and accomplish your dreams. And then that's when she says that she is leaving the Houston entertainment scene, and she gets emotional and she says that, of course, her father always told her to do what's best for her. Okay? And then she is shifting, she said shifting her focus to the rain business and just like a passion projects. And she wants to help the community commission, and she wants to help, you know, the younger generation. I said, okay, I see it. And then that's when it leads with, she want to reach the next generation. And then Ro does relate as well, and they do, you know, she relates. You know, Ro is so sweet and she's so easygoing. I just love her. And then they have a musical guest, and this is Latoria's cousin and Young Star. Maybe y'all done heard of him. I haven't. I don't know him, but, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, the crowd that Latoria had, I don't think they was feeling that either. But outside of that, Latoria introduces Chloe's son to Lil Flip. And he is a successful producer, rapper. You know, everybody know Lil Flip. If you don't, then you listen to no music. You ain't listen to no Houston music if you don't know Lil Flip. Okay? All right. And he is a producer as well. Everybody should know Lil Flip. If you know Lil Flip, you know Mike Jones. You know Slim Thug. Because Slim Thug was in that little era and all this stuff. Okay. Power Wall too. But Chloe asked, what should he say? You know, what should her son, you know, say? You know, how should her son pretty much proceed and all that? And then Lil Flip tells Nico to keep your head above water and to always stay on the straight and narrow line. Then, you know, that was all the advice that he needed. And I said, that's so sweet. This just a good show, y'all. I'm almost finished. Then they exchanged numbers, and then they started playing Swag Surf slowly, like lowly. And I instantly figured, I said, they ain't playing the music loud enough. I can't hear it. But I knew the reason why they weren't is because they probably didn't have clearance to play that song or what have you. So with that being said, they was playing some more music loudly over it, but I still heard the song. So I'm like, okay, I get it, I understand. And the crowd was swagging and surfing and swag and surf and swag and surf. If I wasn't studying for this test, then I would have been swag surfing, but I was studying for a test, y'all. But I still was paying attention. And then Girls Trip, it's a girls trip next episode. And Labrina Manera and Elena, and she wants it to just be a good time to relax and have relaxation, just have a good time, and just, you know, take our minds off of everything, clear their minds and all that, and just think about just their self for a change and have a good time themselves. Manera says that at this point, she is happy about the progress that between her family, between her mom, her kids, and her husband. And I said, good. And she states that she just is happy for the peace. And then that's when Elena says that she is evolving and Josh isn't. And I told y'all she's gonna be. I promise you, it seemed like they ain't together no more. Ooh. And then she begins to cry. And she says that she takes on a heavy load, you know, protecting Josh. And I said, I know, girl. I'm tired of being in some relationships, but this situation, I'm gonna talk to y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, finish telling y'all. But the ladies all embrace, and she said that for her therapy is the last, but you know, the couples therapy is the last resort, and then nothing is connecting at all. And I know that he cheated on her, and he just will not say anything. Says that he is trying to lean into what God has for him. And I'm like, what the hell? I didn't want to say nothing. Y'all know what I was thinking. But then says that he's a private person and been trying to keep it on the low. I said, we know. And then Elena says that they have been rocky for 3 years. And it's like she's trying to tell us without telling us. And I'm like, girl, I've been through a situation just like yours, Elena. I promise you I have. So I be like, when I say that I know what these people be going through, I know exactly the situations. I've been through all kinds of situations. And then she says that she can not get past him cheating during the engagement. And she says that it is about various things until this point. And Josh then says that it is a lot, and he begins to cry. I'm like, oh, all right. And then I'm just saying it's hurting her more than anything. And she is trying to protect him. And I know for a fact that he cheated again, because it's like she alludes to it every episode. And like I said, like I just said, and this is what I put in my notes, I can relate. It is like that until we get up the strength and the courage to leave. And I said, it takes time. I understand. It took me time to leave my crazy last relationship. But I left. So I hope y'all did get a lot out of this review, y'all. I was coming to y'all from some personal stuff, and then, you know, giving y'all the whole episode review as well. And that was Heart and Hustle Season 1, Episode 7, The End of an Era. And I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good night.